I feel like I look like a thumb. Yeah, have you seen the Spy Kids? I think it's Spy Kids 2. There's like these thumb creatures. Spy
No.
Kids 2 might be a little young for
Oh,
you. It is. Have you seen
It
either of them? Or did you
is.
see Inspector Gadget? Do you remember Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget is my
the,
era.
she's talking about the movie, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, not the cartoon, not the cartoon, but I do know what the
Are
cartoon
you talking
is
about
too.
the movie Matthew Broderick?
Yes.
No, I
E-
did not see the movie because I am an Inspector Gadget child.
Yeah, me too. Original. Do you
Yeah.
remember when he got the assignments and then it said this message will self-destruct and it blew up?
Yes.
I was so young, I didn't know what self-destruct meant. So I always thought that guy was trying to kill Inspector Gadget. So I was always confused. I was like, why is this guy like pretending to be his friend and then trying to kill him?
Mm.
And now all you do is
Well, I
self-destruct.
had
Just
this I had the same feeling, but I think that was kind of the thing. Like this will kill you if you don't like get rid of it.
Yeah, true.
Wait, okay, so what were your
I used to
movies?
cosplay as Inspector Gadget all the time.
That makes it. Did you have a trench coat?
No, I was too young, but like on the playground, like this is like playground, like grade school, like what first, second, third, fourth grade. Like me and my friends, we would pretend who like someone would be Inspector Gadget, and we would be like helicopter and like fly around and shit.
See, we did that with the Cheetah Girls. If you know what the Cheetah Girls is,
Oh my
like
God, you're
Raven.
so much younger than us. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess my movies growing up, like that I was like brought up on, were like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is,
Oh
in
yeah.
my opinion, like the perfect movie.
Totally.
And also Honey I Shrunk the Kids, was
Okay.
another one. Those were like my childhood movies, and Singing in the Rain.
You
Singing in
know
the
the
rain.
rumors that Rick Moranis is coming back out of
Oh, I know,
retirement.
for Spaceballs too. I'm so excited.
Oh, so epic. That's so
So
beyond your
epic.
years, Daya.
Hi, Dev. I'm filming a podcast, so I'm just giving you forewarning. Like, you don't have to be quiet or anything. You're fine. Okay.
And that intro's the Petty Betty podcast.
A little BTS,
Oh,
you know.
and I'm Acid Betty, and the bossy one in the bus is.
I'm Bossy Betty coming at you live from Work the World Tour 2025. And with us today is
A lot of McGriddles.
Not on the bus.
Yes. Not on the
I
bus.
am
Actually,
a
all in.
bus.
Oh my God.
I am a bus.
Okay,
I'm the
well, good
entire bus.
morning. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for working around my schedule.
Where are you?
Constantly. Savannah, Georgia, baby. And the Wi-Fi
Oh.
inside was absolutely terrible, so that's why I'm on the bus, as you know.
Did you
But
just get to Georgia?
we got to Georgia yesterday or the day before. Here's the thing with our travel schedule, they're not wanting us to stay in like major cities because I think it's just more expensive to book like rooms for all of us. So we will like go
Mm-hmm.
to Atlanta, like we'll go to Atlanta, Georgia, and then we'll have a day off there, but then we'll go to North Carolina for a show, and then we'll come back to Atlanta, Georgia for like the next day for the show. So it's like we're going back and forth between places. So I think I've been here for like
Whoa.
2 days right now. But
Gotcha. Have you been able to sightsee at all?
I saw a couple bars
Mm-hmm.
and
No.
well okay, let's see. Yesterday I went to a mall. I've been wanting to go to a mall just to shop around. I'm plugging my ears. So I started my
Oh, yeah?
plugs. Yeah, I'm starting my plugs, and these are an 8. I'm already at an 8.
You mean you're stretching your ears?
Stretching them, yeah,
Um,
because I want to be able to plug them.
was it painful at all?
No, I just kind of spit on it and shoved it right in.
Like that. Like that
Oh,
butthole right there.
that's a man after my own heart.
See, I want to get them as big as acids. I do. I want them to be about that size.
The thing
What size
is,
are you?
these are 0 double zeros. They fluctuate. The double zero is right before you start measuring in inches.
Okay.
And they say once you go past like double zero, they kind of like stretch and don't go back. But that is actually kind of the issue because I got these pierced at a 6 or a 4. Like, so I got them pierced knowing that I was going to stretch them. So they took out, some of my skin. But it
Mhm.
does like shrink if I don't keep earrings in them. they do like shrink down. So I have to like, in order to keep, because all my Acid Betty jewelry is like for this gauge, so I have to keep jewelry in my ears. Otherwise, when I do drag, I have like nothing to put in my ears.
Acid, what's the biggest thing you've ever put through your ear? Have you ever put like a pencil or somebody's finger or tongue through it?
Not gross, but yeah, I can put like my pinky and objects through it. Yeah, a pencil and things like that for sure.
See, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, my last couple boyfriends had, you know, 1.5 to 2 inches, those massive
Huge ones.
stretched ears.
Have you seen when people put
they
like
were so
the
big.
milk caps in them?
Yeah. The thing is, he said it was losing the elasticity, so the jewelry was falling out, and he was losing his jewelry a lot of the time. So that's why I stick to like just double zeros.
I don't have. I used to have double piercings on this ear because it was the left ear because the right ear was gay, and then I also had this was before I came out, and then I also had my cartilage pierced, but then I just took them all out one day and was like, screw it. And ever since then, I've been using clip-ons for drag. I don't have my ears pierced, but I want to. I think it's time to get my ears pierced again so I could wear actual earrings.
Wait, what if me and Acid pierced your ears on the podcast?
Never. It has to be one of those guns and really fast. Like,
I could buy one.
I know you're supposed, like, all piercings are supposed to be done by hand with a needle.
Yes.
Like, the guns are terrible for you, but I'm also such, like, I hate pain.
Well, that's because if there's something in the ear, the gun will just like cut through it, and it could cause like a lot of trouble. But a human being with a needle, you know, it's different.
I also have scar tissue now, so I'm also terrified. Like,
you should get it professionally done. You shouldn't get a gun,
right?
Yeah, because the scar tissue, if you do it wrong, then it can turn into a keloid, and then they grow.
Oh no!
And then you have cauliflower ear.
Oh no!
Yeah,
oh my God.
He loves those.
I can't.
He loves those.
I can't abide.
He was just talking about how much he hates them.
That's wait, why were you talking about? Why were you talking about that?
Me and Acid were watching something where there was like UFC fighters or like fighters on the screen, and they all had cauliflower ears, and I was just like, see, you can get those treated and drained, and they choose not to because it happens so often, or they like that aesthetic, and I'm just like, it looks so bad, just drain them. Like, I would not be able to exist until I had them drained because they were like,
what do you think
crazy.
The fluid smells like?
Blood.
It's probably,
you think it's blood? Oh
yeah,
I thought it was going to be more of like a clear pus.
My knee drained.
No. It's like,
not a
it's
zit.
just, yeah. And I actually seen fighters who take two not dumbbells. What are those called? The discs at the gym. They're like circular.
Oh, plates, like the weight plates.
They take two of the plates and just go like that on their ear to make it happen because they want to just like get it over with. Yeah, I've seen like crazy people do crazy things, and I'm just like, no, thank you.
Acid, who's on your shirt? Is that Lady Gaga?
No, it is me. I knew you were going to ask.
Well, you're kind of glitchy, so I couldn't tell fully. That's fierce. I love that.
So, you're giving tempet du jour.
No,
exactly.
don't. No,
it is. It's Tempest du jour.
Tempest du jour.
I say me because when I was, you're too young to know this, but when I was just announced, people were trying to call me old, and the way they were calling me old was calling me Tempest du jour. So at DragCon, when people be like, "Hi, announce yourself," I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Tempest du jour."
Wow.
So I have her shirt. Yeah.
I thought the lady on the shirt looked a little more glamorous. That's why I was so confused.
You're rude. I actually was gonna wear a Ginger Min shirt, but then I knew you were gonna ask, so I was like, let me do something more interesting.
Do you want to go into our rose and thorn for the week?
Well, my rosé is that these hoods. I finally released these hoods for sale. Which I'm super
are they pre-order? Are they pre-order?
No, they're like, I'm making, like, when people buy them, I'm making them, and then I'm just not making them after this year or this season. I might cut it short, but it might be like Halloween hits. That's it. It's sold out.
They're fierce. I bet the furries and the fetishists are going after those hardcore.
I don't think they know about it. I gotta like let them know. But you know, Instagram don't like me when I talk about conflicts in other countries.
Yeah. Instagram doesn't like
Literally.
anything about anything. They just want you to be like, this is my coffee. Bye. YOLO.
Yeah,
Like, that's what they want.
for real. Um, uh, and my thorn, I honestly couldn't think. It's supposed to be like from my thorn of last week, and I really can't like think of anything other than that this freaking podcast like such got a late start last week because that was like on Friday, right? Like we released on Friday. That's my
Yeah.
thorn
Yeah.
that we released this shit so late last week. It kind of messed up everything, but
Whatever. Life
we're
happens,
back on it.
I guess my rose of the week is that it's my birthday month and I'm turning 40, which is
Work.
crazy and scary. I really did not have plans to make it this long.
Join the club.
I never like
I never
when
thought you'd
I
make it this far either. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
girl, like when I was younger, I couldn't even imagine myself at 40, and now that I'm here, I'm like, whoa, like this is. I still feel like I'm 20 in my brain, but then when I'm walking around outside and like in the public or whatever, I notice how many people are younger than me now. Like I used to be the
Yeah.
youngest person in a public setting, and now I'm the oldest, and it's kind of like when I'm walking around, I'm like I'm older than them, older than them, older
I
than
know
them.
joke think about Daya in that regard because I kind of hit me out of nowhere. Like I knew it was gonna happen, and I was like, oh, because like when I was doing drag, I was like the innovator, crazy, whatever person, and I was just like, I wonder when and who it's gonna happen and how it feels. And I did kind of feel it with like RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I really started feeling it when like the references were just like, I don't even know who you're talking about. Yeah, like I saw some of the VMAs and like the people who were singing and things like that. I was like, I don't even know who these people are. Like,
Well,
don't
you
even
were
know who these
talking
people are.
one time when we were all together. You were like, "It is kind of weird. It's like Dia generation and the Dom generation. It's like literally like youngest, middle child, oldest child
Yeah,
generational gaps." But wait,
it
Alana,
is.
Yeah,
what is something that
really,
you've
truly.
learned? What is something you learned this past year about yourself that you're proud of, and what's something you want to go into the next year focusing on?
Where did that
What?
come from?
Well,
No, no,
because
I
it's
love that
birthday. It's your
question.
birthday. Like you're
Wh-
turning a whole new decade. Like that's a
Oh,
big thing.
yeah, I I think what I've learned is that I don't have time for toxic people anymore.
Hmm.
I don't have time for people who don't enrich my life anymore at 40. I've ended several friendships over the past year that just don't benefit me and don't add color and beautifulness to my life. So I think
Hmm.
with age comes the less of an ability to deal with bullshit anymore. Like I ended I was friends with this person for 20 years and I ended the friendship because I was just like, you're so toxic, it's disgusting, and I can't ignore it anymore, and I'm better
Oh
than this.
shit.
Um,
Oh shit.
and then yeah, and then I think something. Well, that's actually that
and
takes me
now
into
you're
my
learning
thorn.
if they're not dead, they will keep showing up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
But
hard lesson.
it well, no, because when I don't want to speak to you anymore. I'm a social media manager. I know how to never speak to you ever again. For instance, I block them on everything except Venmo because if they want to contact me, they have to give me money. Um, like I blocked them on email, Instagram, phone number, uh, everything you can imagine. They're blocked on. But it does take me into my thorn, and my thorn is also turning 40 and just feeling like I think with this milestone birthday, all these like feelings of inadequacy come flooding to the forefront of my brain. Like I haven't done enough. I'm not where I want to be when I was 40. I haven't accomplished everything I wanted to do, and like it's a lot of pressure on yourself that you didn't like. I don't own a home. I didn't accomplish this, so it comes with all these like negative thoughts and um expectations of myself that I wasn't prepared for. So I
Hmm.
think in answer to your question, Dia, like looking into the year ahead, I want this year to be about moving forward and becoming better a version of myself that I don't think I had the fire under my butt to accomplish in my 30s, and now in my 40s I'm going to try and focus and see what really makes me happy and what path I want to go down.
You know what's what I was just thinking about yesterday, and I was talking to Georges about it. Like you are going to be 40, but technically you already are 40 because you're curated in the womb for 9 months. So you're like 9 months ahead of schedule. You know what I mean? So you're actually 40 years old and like 8 months old right now.
Also, like if we take sleep into account, I'm only 30 because I've been asleep for 10 years. So,
Right?
you
Don't
know.
you sleep for like a third of your don't people like sleep for
um
a third of their life or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
something
no, they
crazy.
do. What's your
Hmm.
rose
By
and
Dia
thorn,
A.
Dia?
Yeah. I think my rose is I've always wanted to start gauging my ears. And I know I kind of mentioned this earlier today, but like I'm so excited to start gauging them. I feel as soon as I put them in, I was like, well, first of all, I got a 10 gauge first because I was like, when I originally got my ear pierced, I took the piercing out after like probably 2 months and it closed up by the time I went to put the other piercing I wanted to put in my ear in. So I basically re-pierced my hole, but it was like the bottom half, so I just made a big slit. So my ear was already kind of like a long
Mm,
slit on both sides. And so I was like, okay, I'll start with like a 10 gauge. And the 10 gauge went right in. It like went all the way through. So
okay.
I'm at an 8 right now, and it was like pretty easy to get in with Aquaphor. Like I just kind of like lubed it up really quick. I feel like I could
Hmm.
do like change them to like a 6 gauge in maybe like a week or two. Because they don't even really hurt at
Yeah,
Hmm.
give it
all.
time, girl.
I know. I'm just like
Yeah,
more,
give
more,
it. The
more.
only thing I know about the only thing I know about stretching your ears is that you need to do it slowly, otherwise you damage them really. Like you can get it
Yeah.
in, but you'll damage the skin, and you want it to go
And
slowly.
also they
Yeah.
act differently.
Hmm.
Like
Wait, what
this
does that mean?
ear is like will close up. This ear close is like harder. Like it closes up faster. I would say it's smaller. Like it gives me the
Okay.
most fucking problem, this one. Like seriously. And this one is
Okay.
like, oh, you want me to stretch? Cool. I'm back again. Cause I told you like they kind of like close down if I don't put period like
Hmm.
jewelry in them.
So
It's
one is
But
kind of
more
I you know
like
what I
gapey.
would do is get I have cones. I had like cones. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like that's what I
Well, what do you,
did because I was a little impatient. Like once I got to like 4, I got to
uh-huh.
like I think it was like a 4. What I mean is like it's a cone, so it starts at like a 6 or 4, and then it ends at a 0. And then you put it
Got you.
in, and then once you see the pain or whatever goes through, or you're in the shower, you kind of push it in a little more, and it slowly like stretches it. And then once the
Okay.
cone is out, you take the cone out and you put in a thing.
I really want to get the kind
yeah.
eventually like you have that are like the spiral ones.
Yeah, I have a
I
Mm.
whole
love
collection of
those.
glass, and yeah.
I know. I just want to be like you, Acid. Um, and then my thorn for
There's
the
only so
week.
many paths in the world, girl.
I think my thorn for the week was, and you guys know this because I've already talked to you guys about it, but I was invited to go to the Mayhem Ball
Oh,
through a
word. You didn't talk about it.
connection. Yeah, through a connection.
Let them have it. Let them have it, Dia. Tell
And
them.
I was supposed to receive a family friends discount like ticket link, and I was told that it would like potentially not be sent to me until the day of the show. Well, because I'm on tour, I was going to have to fly from where I was at to go to New York. So I was like waiting on this ticket link to book all my flights, but I wasn't getting the ticket link, so I wasn't booking my flights. And then I was like, literally the night before, I was like, do I just book my flight and hope that the ticket link magically shows up in my inbox? Or do I just not buy it? I just didn't want to spend money just to go to New York and then sit around and not have a ticket. You know what I mean? So thank God I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
spend money. Like I'm glad I didn't use my points or anything to buy flight ticket because I never ended up getting that ticket link, which made me so sad. Like I was like literally so excited for it. I got my hopes up so hard for it. Uh, but that's okay because
If
I
you
Name
think
buy a
them. Name
ticket
them.
direct. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
no. I'm just
Name
saying
Name
like
them.
them.
I think, well, the day I get back from Work the World to Chicago in my little break is the day she's in Chicago. So I might just ball out when I get home and go see her the day of. I'm serious. I want
Ooh.
to so bad. I haven't got to see Mayhem yet. I want to see it so bad.
I have a cousin of mine who's always like, let's hang out, let's hang out. But I'm just like, I don't know what we would do or whatever.
Uh
And
huh.
then all of a sudden, I see on her Facebook, she's in third row for Lady Gaga. And I was just
Bitch.
like, cuz, like, that could have been something we did together.
Now,
Like,
did she buy
so I
those
feel your
tickets?
pain because I was like, what?
Well, did she buy them when they dropped, or is she like the resale ticket prices? Because that's expensive, girl. They could be up like three
I
thousand
have,
dollars. And
I have no. She is that girl. She is that girl. So I think she just got them. No, she's a nurse. She's dating a doctor. She is that girl. She is that girl.
well, it ain't me, babe. Unfortunately. But
It
yeah,
can't,
so that's my rose
couldn't
and
be
thorn.
me. Couldn't be me either. All right, so let's get into we have a couple more voicemail messages for us. These are really good ones. They're a little bit long, but I think you're going to be very happy with what people have been calling in from. And let me just say, for the people that we don't get to your stuff, sometimes the audio quality is not good enough. We can't hear what you're saying. Sometimes it's a little too long-winded. So if we don't, we just trust and know that we listen to all of them. Just not all of them will make it to the podcast, and I apologize for that. If you don't see yours getting to the podcast, call back and give us a shorter story with a better connection. You never know what we'll pick to come up on the podcast
You
with.
just never know.
Oh, hey, divas. My name's Anna Kay. I'm 20 years old, and I need some advice from y'all. So about 4 months ago, I started dating this guy, and very important note, he has a best friend. We'll call him Nate. So Nate was always, and still is to this day, very flirty with me. He makes it a joke, but he is very flirty with me, and it's very clear that if I wanted to fuck him, like, I'm very sure I would be able to. I never started dating anything about it because I didn't want to bring that up to my boyfriend. They've been best friends since they were like 5th or 6th grade, I think. I don't know. And I didn't want to bring a wedge between them. I didn't want my boyfriend to think I was lying and, just all yada, yada, yada. Well, recently I was at my boyfriend's house doing a little sleepover. Super fun. And it was around 2 a.m. We were about to go to bed. My boyfriend hops in the shower. He leaves his phone on the nightstand. My boyfriend's phone starts blowing up. I wanted to make sure there wasn't an emergency, so I look at the notifications, everything's fine, but it was Nate blowing up his phone. Very interesting. I saw one notification, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. It's in my notes app. I have it pulled up right here. It says, not from Nate, not gonna lie, I know Anna hasn't made you feel as good as I did that night. What the hell? I was so confused by it. I haven't brought it up to Nate. I haven't brought it up to my boyfriend. I don't want to assume anything. I don't want anything to happen. I'm so confused. But honestly, I need your advice because I think I know what this means. My question is, do I have a threesome with them? Yes or no? Because I love my boyfriend, and I know Nate's down for it. Nate's not too ugly. I think it'd be a fun time. Do I get mad at them for doing shit, or do I take this as an opportunity to have a threesome and have some fun? Let me know. Let me know what I need to do. I love you guys so much. Okay, bye.
Let me know what I need to do.
Wait,
this person's got it already figured out. This person don't need advice.
So to
that is what I was thinking.
she's with her.
You don't need to summarize.
She's with her boyfriend. Whatever. She was having a sleepover. His best friend Nate, that he's been friends with since 5th or 6th grade, texts him at 2 or 3 a.m. saying, "I know Anna hasn't been making you feel as good as I did that night." And she wants to know, should she have a threesome with them or what? I'll let y'all
It sounds like
react to that.
it sounds like
I have so many.
It sounds like she wants to be double dogged. She wants to be double dogged, honey. At the same time.
My thing is, if that was an option, why wouldn't they have already included you in that conversation? So it sounds like to me that these two don't want to include her in that type of way. So I'm all about threesomes. Y'all should get it on. Please do. It's a lot of fun. But I think if you had a more open form of communication with your boyfriend, or if he wanted you to know that aspect of his life, he would have already revealed it to you. So for you to be like, let's have a threesome, it's kind of like, no, babe, you're not included. That's kind of why they haven't said anything to you.
But who's to say that time that made them feel so good, it could have been before. It could have been when they were children, before the relationship, bringing up some crazy childhood moment.
True.
Yeah, high school.
Being yeah, now that we're adults, that right. Who's to say that it was just this year?
Well, it kind of sounds like it sounds like she is attracted to the friend as well, and I feel like if this. Well, here's my question for her: if I were to see her face to face right now, is she upset that she saw that text message from the friend to the boyfriend?
No,
because I was gonna say it didn't seem like that.
She straight up listened to her. Then she was like, do I act angry or do I get a threesome? But her first reaction was, it's a threesome, baby.
Yeah. This is what you do.
Reaction.
This is what you do. You say, hey, guess what? I saw this text message from your friend. This is what it said. I'm mad at you. The only way I can't be mad at you anymore is if both of you fuck me.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Duh.
I don't
And
know,
also,
baby.
I think
Live
you
your
need to
life.
like see.
Then you got something to be mad about
No,
if they
but
say no.
going back to Acid's point, like it could have been from when they were younger because when I was in high school, I was hooking up with like half the football
Everybody.
team, and now they're all still friends and like married with kids. So it could have just been an
Totally.
experimental thing. And like nowadays, like guys are like, yeah, I experimented, it wasn't for me, so it might have just been a playful joke. But it sounds like you want a threesome, girl, and if you want a threesome, go for it. Go
Make
for
that
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Totally.
That's what I say.
We're
And
sex
also give me
positive
your
here on the
boyfriend his,
pod.
my number. Have your
Live that
boyfriend call
fantasy.
into us. Have your boyfriend call into us on the pod. Please
Wait,
do
I want
and
to follow.
explain the whole.
I want to follow up.
Yeah,
I want a
we need
follow-up
follow-up
call.
phone calls. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah,
I am
please
waiting
give
for the
us a
follow-up
follow-up
phone
call
calls.
and have your boyfriend call in and explain the whole situation. You know our number. Please do it.
Yes. Okay, next question. I love this. They're getting juicier and juicier the more we do them.
Tempest de jour agrees.
I love you guys so much, and it was so nice meeting Daya in Cleveland a few days ago. I love you guys so much, and I would love advice on how to survive high school and make new friends while still being true to myself and still being like my awkward queer self trying to fit in, but like I said, stay true to myself. Thank you. Love you.
So basically, this person wants to know how to navigate high school while being queer and being true to themselves.
I heard be friends. They needed friends. But what sounded like to me was like, girl, if there ain't your friends in high school, all I can say is good luck, because there aren't going to be any. Like, that's going to be. I had so little friends in high school. So
Also, it's like, girl, like there's so many. When you're in high school and when you're in these like school settings, you think it's like the end of the world if anything happens. But in retrospect, when you get into your early 20s, you realize that's such a minute part of your life that really, like, it does have an impact on you long lasting. But like, I say just like get into the mindset of you're getting out of there soon enough, and the people that are going to latch onto you for who you are going to latch on, and you'll find your people eventually. It's okay to be a loner
obviously
too.
they are, because they found this podcast, so they obviously know how to find and navigate their people. So you need to do that. And my thing is, if you're not finding that in school, meaning if those people don't exist there, don't try to find it, because it ain't there. You're gonna have to go out of school. Like I had theater programs and things like that I was a part of where I did find my people. Yeah.
As someone who was absolutely tortured and bullied in high school, I could tell you that it does leave a long-lasting trauma on you. Like to this day, if I pass a group of like 13 to 15-year-olds, my heart starts to race because I think they're going to like bully me. Still to this day, and I am 40. And the only advice I can give you is things only changed when I became unapologetically myself. I went from eating my lunch in the computer lab with the computer teacher to having no friends to like, by the time I was a senior, I was the first same-sex couple in prom ever in the school's history to take someone to prom. I won most popular my senior year because everybody knew Big Gay Dom. I think it's just I went from I had rainbows all over the place to like guys making out on my nut binders to all these things, and I think once because people would like bully me, so I remember somebody like I would get stuff written on my locker. I would get like salad tosser written on my locker. Somebody found out where I used to because I used to change in a bathroom stall on the third floor instead of in the gym locker room because I didn't want to be bullied. And somebody found out what stall I used and smeared shit all over the walls, so I couldn't use it. Yeah, like I have like horror stories from high school.
Yes, literal shit.
Literal shit. Like literal shit.
No, because Di said, "Oh shit," and I was confirmed.
Literal shit.
Yes.
Wow.
And being in the
And she drops the phone.
she's like, there's
I
that
know,
shit,
I'm
bitch.
sorry.
And like kid, like it's easy for us to say it's only such a small part of your life, but like at that point in your life, that's all you have. That's all it
It's
is.
everything.
So
Yeah.
That's
unless you're gonna,
true. That's
in
true.
order for you to find your tribe, and this is even as an adult, like when you're dating on your profiles, like you need to tell people what you're about. If you're gonna find your tribe, if you're gonna find your people, be loud and outspoken about what you want, and they will come to you. Because once I came out, all the queers found me. Like guys would come and be like, I
Hmm.
think I'm gay, or like they would message me, or they would find me and they would want to talk about it. So just be unapologetically yourself, and know that these people are garbage human beings that you will never have to deal with again after high school, and they're going to be
That's it.
sad
Yeah.
old
Totally.
people with kids, and you're going to be fierce and young looking and amazing at the age of 40. Okay,
Yes.
let's keep it going. All
Okay.
right, here we go with our next phone call.
Like those TikTok shorts, like the whole like boyfriend like chasing girlfriend thing, and like that's like kind of how the girlfriend figured out that she was into primal play because because I I started talking to this guy and he's really fine, and we just kind of in some little talking station we were just talking about like things we might be into because we're kind of at that point, and if he brought that up about wanting to do that, and that's not something I've ever done before. And honestly, like I can't front, like I've never, but like I don't know. Well, how do you guys feel about stuff like that? Like honestly, I need to know what y'all feel about this one. Okay, thank you guys so much. I love you. Okay, bye.
First of all, do you guys know what primal play is? Because I don't.
No. No.
Primal? I thought they said puppy.
No,
Primal?
primal play meaning. All right. Primal
Oh
play
gosh.
has two main meanings. In a physical
Gonna
fitness
eat some
context, it's
candy
about
for
using your
this.
whole body for fun, engaging movement, and healthy living. While in the BDSM or sexual context, it's the exploration of raw instincts, dominant and submissive dynamics, and honest, uninhibited expression, often involving physical sensations and animalistic elements.
Isn't that normal sex?
Yeah, like I'm like, this sounds, I don't know, like it just seems like it sounds like regular sex mixed with gooning or something. Like
Or like
Well, here's
smelling of bad of armpits or something? I don't know.
yeah,
it's
like
about
not
honest
showering or something.
sex.
Yeah. Like, ooh, I don't
Okay.
know.
Well,
Primal
I feel
play?
like I'm not a kink shamer, so I think you should try anything once if you feel comfortable with that person. If you don't feel comfortable with them yet, like take it slow and let them know that. Like obviously consensual sex is key.
Yeah.
Um, but like to me, I might just be uninformed on what primal play is, but it just sounds like everyday regular sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I applaud you for introducing me to a sex term that I've never heard before because I'm
Hmm.
pretty well versed in all kinks and all that stuff. But it says online the resulting sex play might wind up being silly, strange, or aggressive. For some folks, doing whatever feels good without concern about looking or sounding stupid might turn animalistic. So, like, I don't know. That sounds like regular sex to me. Like, sex should be an open and honest experience. And you should definitely
Yeah.
always discuss with your partner what you're into actually and consent with I think this is a story that kind of pertains to this. I hook up a lot, whatever, and I went over this guy's house and we were fucking or whatever,
Whatever.
and he all of it I was on top of him, and I'm
Or
usually the
whatever.
dom. I'm never sub unless it comes to flogging. um
Okay.
and I was on top of him,
Or
and
whatever.
all of a sudden he starts punching me in the chest with all of his might.
Or
No.
whatever.
Oh, baby.
Hell no.
What?
Baby. Did you punch back?
No, I kind of was
In the
like,
face?
no, in my chest. He was like, bam, bam, bam. And he was like, yeah, bro, just like that. And I literally got so turned off and shooken.
Yeah.
I literally, I literally was like, I'm sorry, you just really just took me out of this. and I need to stop. I think I'm done. And he was like, you mean like done with that kind of play or done with me? And I was so angry. I was like, I think I'm done with you. That's like something you need to like discuss with someone before you start doing that.
Physically abusing them,
So
like physically assaulting
yeah, I was just like,
like,
well, Acid's right. What I should have done is started punching him in the face back and being like, "Oh, I thought that's what we wanted." Like, no, like you need to have just no matter what your kink is, what your sexual appetite is, just always have a discussion with your partner and be very communicative about what you want and what is okay and what is not. I rarely engage in anything out of quote unquote normal sex without a discussion first. And everything is usually talked about beforehand whenever I engage in my encounters. Acid, did you
I met a guy who wanted me to hit him in the face.
But
did you?
he asked you first, right?
I told him I could. He was so pretty. I told him I literally couldn't.
Oh my god!
Literally, I was
Were
like,
you
"Oh my
afraid
god,
you're
you're
gonna
so
fuck his
good
face
looking.
up?
You want me to hit you in the face?" Yes, like you want me to hit you in the face? Like that's crazy. No way.
You know what you could do for primal play? I think, Acid, maybe they could buy 2 of your hoods and then they could get their primal instincts on while they're wearing your monster hoods. And
That's
that
what's
could
up.
be a new version of primal play. So, sure. That'd be sickening.
It ain't a new version. I'm sure it's a part of it.
Also, if we have like this definition wrong based on the internet search results, please let us know in the comments about primal play. If any of you are well versed in this type of
Totally.
kink or this type of sexual expression, please let us know in the comments because I would love to hear more because I am absolutely shocked that there's something I haven't heard of before when it comes to the sexual realm. All right, here we go. This is our last video.
Petty Buddies. My name is Sarah. I am absolutely loving your podcast and especially this advice segment. And I'm really loving Alada and getting to know them. I am a long time drag race watcher. And I want to say that Acid absolutely blew my mind on her original season. And so I was so excited to finally see her back on All Stars. This All Stars was so fun to watch, and I love you both. But I am a clinical therapist,
Oh, here we
and
Jesus
funny
Christ.
enough, I am coming to drag queen to ask you for your advice.
Oh.
So I work with a lot of folks who have childhood trauma of some sort. And of course, that overlaps with the queer community. And I do as well, which is why I'm passionate about this work. One thing a lot of people who experience trauma struggle with is even knowing who they are. And I'm asking both of you this. One reason why I'm asking is because I know that you'll have an opinion, and you both also seem so authentically yourself. There are so many things that are unique about both of you buddies, and I really admire your ability to show up as yourself. As much as I know, obviously, from the outside, and also just be like, fuck you to people who, don't get it or don't like it. But anyways, so a lot of people who experience childhood trauma struggle with knowing who they are and being able to show up as their authentic self in the world. Basically, as a child, they were likely punished in some way for who they were. And so they kind of lost sense of who they are now. And basically what I'm asking is, how do you find yourself as an adult? How do you know what your likes are, what your dislikes are, what your wants even are? And how do you practice showing up authentically, especially if you're quote unquote weird or not society's norm or queer?
Hey.
Wow, that was heavy. That was heavy.
Yeah. I have so much to say about this.
Oh, go on
Me
in, girl.
too. Well,
You can go first if you want.
I was gonna actually. So, what's very interesting, and it's interesting that this was our last call because I went through my requested inbox a couple of days ago, on Instagram, and I had this message from a woman that was a therapist, and she had sent me like a long message about all of these different things that she thinks has impacted me as an adult. And then she basically told me that, like, long story short, she just thought I was very inauthentic. And the one thing she said in the message was, I just watched season 14. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know who won, but I hope it's not you. So she was like kind of reading me down in this message. So the only thing I responded back to her was Willow Pill wins, just to piss her off. But it's just like kind of ironic because I do feel like I did kind of struggle with all of that myself as a kid. I came from a family where like I always had to be a people pleaser in order to receive any sort of affection. And I think that really fucked me up as an adult. I was one of those kids, my parents were like, you have to be a part of something in extracurriculars or have some sort of hobby. And because I didn't know what I liked as a kid, I was doing a little bit of everything. And I'm a really easy learner. And so I think because I was an easy learner, I was able to be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And so when I became an adult and was away from my family and away from all of that, I didn't know who I was because I didn't know what I was actually good at or what I just taught myself to be good at. And I felt I had a huge, like, disassociative early part of my 20s. And I think there's some residual effects that I still deal with to this day. But I think the one thing that makes me feel super authentically myself is now I surround myself with people who are like-minded, and like I have people that I don't really have to explain myself around. And I did so much of that in my childhood, is explaining myself to my parents and explaining why my nails were painted or why I wanted to wear this to school or like why you remember the hair gel that would like harden, but it would harden into a color. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was like in the early 2000s. It was just like a hair gel, but I used to love those things. And I remember getting little packets of that from one of my friends and putting that in my hair, and my mom like freaking out, being like, you can't wear that to school. You look ridiculous. So a lot of that influenced me up and through my early 20s. And I still deal with that a lot. And I think now the only way I don't feel like I'm disassociating from my identity is, and I don't know if this is healthy, but like my actual blood family, I've stepped away from. I really don't have a tight relationship with a lot of members in my blood family because they have this alternate perspective of who I am because of what they know me as a child. But I'm living my life now authentically as myself, surrounded by like my queer family that's lifting me up for all my differences and all the weird things about me and like all the weird like neuroses that I have. So I think it's just about surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And like, again, I said this last podcast, but like being involved in nature a little bit more is something that I used to hate when I was younger because I lived on like a farm. But now that I'm older, I'm going back to things that I'm like, no, I didn't despise this as a kid because I actually truly hated it. I despised it because it was something my family wanted me to like.
So I have this extreme opinion on drag, and I feel like drag is just the purest form of escapism you can get because it allows you to become someone you're not and be surrounded by people who don't know you and tell you how fabulous you are. So I think drag, in a very unhealthy way, is a form of escapism for you to disassociate from your real. And but it's also this incredible coping mechanism that allows people to truly express themselves in every single way that they want to, um, as an artistic expression. So it's a kind of a catch-22. Yes, you're being artistic. Yes, you're expressing yourself, but you're also engaging in the purest form of escapism you can get, which is to completely change who you are and have hundreds of thousands of people tell you how fabulous you are without actually knowing you, you know? Um, and as far as
So your
like,
advice is do drag.
my advice is do drag for the right reasons because a lot of people do it for the wrong reasons. Um, and as far as trauma goes, I have a lot of trauma from my childhood. My dad was undiagnosed manic bipolar 1 for most of my childhood upbringing. So basically, there was nothing I could do that was right. Like if I handed him a fork the wrong way, he would flip out on me. Like there was no winning with my father. So I could say the wrong thing and it would set him off. We're talking like physical abuse, emotional abuse, all that fun stuff. Um, so I think I do see that now in my adult life. In my adult life, I still don't know who I am. I still don't know. I know what I can exude, like, because like I said earlier, in high school, I was bullied for everything. And I was bullied trying to fit in and not being myself. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to be myself. And at least if I get bullied, I will be bullied for who I am. And that's where this kind of like authentication of myself came out, where I don't give a fuck anymore, and I am who I am, and I like what I like, and I do what I do, and fuck you if you don't like it. But as far as like the childhood trauma still coming into play, I still don't know who I am. Like, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I still don't know where I should be going or what I should be doing. And I think a lot of what you said falls into
That's
that.
capitalism.
Is
That's
that?
capitalism. That's yeah. You feel that way because you're like we have no health care. You feel like everything's about to drop from underneath your feet because it is, because the way America is going is, yeah, girl, I hear you, but I feel like part of that is capitalism, because you feel like your worth is connected to capital.
Yeah. It is.
Right, because I bet you your list. I'm not to interrupt, but like now, when you like, if I were to list the things that's gonna make you happier, like you don't know what you do. Like, I bet you list me job titles.
Yeah.
For your future that will make you find who you are,
Yes.
instead of finding who you are is, I like to plant seeds and watch them turn to flowers.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I know what I like and I know what makes me happy, but what makes
Yeah,
me
you know who you
happy
are.
doesn't necessarily equal financial stability, you know? And what exactly is financial stability to anyone anymore? You know, because I feel like the people who are financially stable are actually hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So, you know, I don't,
Or trust fund
or
babies.
trust fund babies, or all these things. And, you know, but yeah, I believe your name was Sarah. Sarah, if you want a
I think
case
so.
study or want to give me some free therapy, please reach out to me on Instagram. I would love that.
Yeah, hello.
Like, please, like, I would, or any therapist, I would love. I mean, I myself recently just got diagnosed as bipolar 2, so I have a lot of mood issues, unregulated mood issues. But basically, from what I could tell, bipolar 2 is bipolar 1, but without the manic episodes, and you just are really low and depressed all the time and all that stuff. So that's what I've been
Amazing.
working through as an adult, because I've never been, you know, fully aware of my mood and how it impacts me from day to day life. But that's my
Oh,
trauma.
I definitely have something undiagnosed, because I
Oh,
definitely have
baby.
emotional moods that ruin my life. You know, you're my friend. There are
Yeah.
moments I even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like, I
And
will
at least you're
acknowledge,
aware.
like, things have taken, like something has taken over my mood today. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a cunt, and
At
it is
least
just
you're
subject
aware,
or
because I
whatever.
have friends who are just like, I'm not crazy, you're crazy. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
baby, you're crazy too. Like,
Yeah.
let's both agree that we're nuts.
Yeah, I definitely have something undiagnosed. I felt like you all answered that question really well, though. That's why I don't know if I have anything to add.
Just more of the same. You just
Um,
don't give a fuck, and this is who you are, and period. Because of all my friends, the person who radiates the most
well, my
I don't give a
entire
fuck energy, it's you.
So I should be giving the advice, is what you're saying.
Kind of.
Well, shit. Well, because my whole life, though, like y'all said, was I was always wrong. So I think I'm in a life of being in the wrong, just knowing that, though, now that my moral standard is actually aligned correctly, i.e., I don't believe in harming other people. I actually believe that we should take care of everybody around us. And once I understand that I'm a good human being, it's hard for other people to convince me that what I say or do, or the fact that I wear this, makes me a bad human being,
Mm-hmm.
because this is just fabric. Or if I say that people shouldn't die, and they go, well, you're wrong, some people should die. I was like, okay, well, that's where we disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what my advice would be, because like I was always like put in the back of the class because I was too loud, always like in trouble. Yeah, I never fit, I don't know. I had the same issues that all the queers had when they grew up.
I think it's.
But the tea is the same. It's like once I moved out from my house and was able to find my own friends, I think like Daya said, and I didn't have to explain myself. Like the people who I don't have to explain myself the most to are like my closest friends. And then I think that's where it's at. So long as they're not psychopaths. But if you're a psychopath, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Exactly. I think it's more of a case of fake it until you make it and practice not giving a fuck until you actually don't give a fuck. Because I used to give, I mean, I still do.
Yeah.
I care a lot about what people think about me. But in the same hand of that flip side, sometimes I don't, like extremely don't. And I think that comes into play with my mood because sometimes I'm like, what are they thinking about me? What is this person? Like, did I say the wrong thing to this person? Do they hate me? And then there's other times in my life where I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I think it's easier for someone like Daya and myself to be on the I don't give a fuck through what we experienced on TV because we had a large group of people think that they know things about us and have these crazy evil stories or think that we're villains from blips in an edit on a TV show. And I think once you discover that no matter what you do or who you are, someone out there is going to think something else, I think you start not giving a fuck more because it's like, even if you're a saint, like I was saying, even if you believe that everyone should, everyone should live forever, someone's going to hate that idea.
Yeah.
Like there's someone who's going to be like, ah.
Yeah, like I forgot what the quote is, but it's something like if you're holding out for universal popularity, you're going to be sorely disappointed or something like that.
Yeah.
So like there's nobody who's like universally liked, like even I'll see posts about like Mother Teresa on Facebook and people will be like, well, actually she did this and that's not cool. And like, there's always somebody who just is like not going to like you.
Exactly. Like I saw somewhere where someone was saying like, oh, no one can hate Cynthia or certain characters, and then then another person was like, oh, I know someone who doesn't. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that goes back into what I said about high
someone.
school. Like I tried so hard to fit in, and I tried to do the football team, and I tried to dress it like everyone else was dressing, and it was just pointless because everyone still abused and made fun of me constantly.
And no one else knows. No one else knows who they are. They're all faking it. That's why everyone's so quiet and sucking at life and wearing the same thing because they're lost and confused and they're trying to blend in with the person next to them. That's why they're voting the way they are because they think they're voting like the same person next to them.
And that's still who they are to this day. That's who they are now.
Original. They're just like,
that's
they're
who
gone.
They are as an adult. They never found out who they are.
Amen. That's true.
All right, everyone. That was it for our phone calls. But I would like to remind you that we also accept text. So if you have like a short story, I'm talking like 5 sentences, or a quick question, like 2 sentences, please text us at 347-687-8585. Or simply call us and leave a short message about advice or anything you want to talk about with us. And one more time, that phone number is 347-687-8585. If you're watching us, it'll be on the screen as we're listening to previous people's voicemails. And if we don't get to yours, I apologize, but sometimes the phone quality isn't that good, the call quality isn't that good, or you just talk for way too much and don't say too much. So we do listen to all of them. We do listen to all of them, but only a couple get selected for the podcast. But we encourage you to keep trying and keep calling us with your questions and advice for Daya, Acid, and myself.
Thank you for listening to the Petty Betty podcast.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Daya Betty is not here.
She's not here.
And subscribe.
She's hopefully
Spotify,
going to buy a new phone.
YouTube. Yeah, we need subscriptions so Daya can afford a new phone.
Hello. That's tea, girl. Oh my God.
It is tea. Let's all together make that happen.
Yeah.
Hello, petty people. Thank you for listening to the Petty Betty podcast.
Hit that like and subscribe button, diva. Also, call 347-687-8585
and leave us a message to be listened to live on the Petty Betty podcast. Want advice? Tell us some drama.
We can't wait to hear from you, sister.